MakinNoizeTV, it's your boy Churchezie. Guess who I got in the building today? You don't have to guess too much. You're going to have to say your name on your own because I cannot pronounce it. How you say it?
It's Adebowale Nenet.
Adebowale
Nenet.
Adebowale Nenet. Okay, Adebowale Nenet, a.k.a. J.Lynn Fitness, the owner of J.Lynn Fitness. How you doing today? Activist, right? Activist.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, Miss Nenet. Can I call you Nenet?
Yes.
Okay, good. Who is Adebowale Nenet?
I don't know. I don't really like to describe myself by certain aspects of my life, or not even really characteristics. I'm just my own person. I love people specifically. I love all people, but I specifically love Black people.
Okay.
I have a special place for them in my heart. I think I'm a kind person. I would hope that when people come in interaction with me, I leave a good impression on them, or leave a good impression with them. Because most of the times when you meet people, you have interactions with people, they might not remember what you said, but they remember how you made them feel.
Right.
So, yeah, that's who I am.
Now, how did you get into activism?
Actually, my very first protest was August 6th of this year, where I did the protest at UTC.
Y'all blocked all the damn people off right there.
About 40 of us walked through the mall with "Please Don't Shoot" shirts, and various Black Lives Matter shirts, things like that. We walked through silently until it was time for us to leave. We put up the Black Fist of Power and did "No Justice, No Peace" all the way through the parking lot, where we blocked off the only light entrance at the time to UTC. What
prompted y'all to do such? To me, I think it was powerful, because it's a lot of Black people and you're taking the Black movement to a predominantly white place where these situations and these issues really don't matter, or they're really not reality to these people.
That was the point, actually. What happened was when Alton Sterling and Philando Castile got murdered back to back, the very next day, I actually went and stood out on the corner of 14th and Cortez with a "Please Don't Shoot" shirt, and I had a sign that said accountability. I had a friend come and join me, Ariel. She stood out there with me for about an hour and a half, and like much of the country, when they got murdered back to back, unarmed Black men, unnecessarily, and we were all exposed to it through social media, I became outraged. Enough was enough for me. And I decided that I had to join whatever movement it was that was going to help in these type of things in our community. At least be a part of it instead of sitting back complaining or feeling sorrow about it. I wanted to be a part of the movement. And so I instantly, the next day after that, tried to put a protest together myself. And I blasted it on my Facebook page for that Saturday. Well, no one showed except for one person. And the girl who showed up actually happens to be dating the president of the NAACP. So she told him about it, and from there it just took off. We took several weeks to strategize, plan. We met up, and we put together and devised an entire plan where only we knew about it until the day and time of. Even the people that were participating, they had to just kind of come blinded. We asked them to bring t-shirts. We asked them to write "Please Don't Shoot," but they didn't know where we were going or what we were doing. And so on August 6th, we went ahead and we walked inside of the mall. We walked through, came out, we blocked traffic, and ever since then, I've just been really dedicated to the movement, because the point of us going was it was a tax-free weekend. We knew it was going to be busy. We know those people live in mundane. They are unconcerned with what's going on in our community, what's affecting our daily lives, because they would much rather flip the channel when they see something like this on the media, and for us it's just heartbreaking to watch it. And so I think it was a very successful protest, and ever since then, like I said, it just has taken off.
What's the wildest thing that you incurred out there?
Actually really nothing. That was actually a really peaceful protest. You know, we got across the street, we blocked traffic, a couple people jumped the median, but like no one tried to like rev through. I've had protests where like I actually was hit by a car during a protest where, you know, we were blocking traffic and people just drive through. We got positive and negative. A lot of people said some just idiotic things. I got attacked by several people of this community. People that once would even have the audacity to call themselves my friends or acquaintances. These people attacked not only me, but also the group of people that stood by me when I tried to conduct a protest on my own and I had no one.
Physically or verbal attack?
Just verbally, online, just, you know, talking a lot of shit. But no one has ever confronted me face to face. And as far as I'm concerned, I could care less what they think about me blocking traffic. It's pretty ironic and quite funny to me that most of the backlash that I received was from black people in the community.
What?
But even Martin Luther King said that the most hate that he got was the people in his own camp.
Now, you know what? I saw someone who I know that you have some sort of relationship with. If it's not a friendship, it may be a business relationship. Chestnut. Mm-hmm. I remember him making a post about... Specifically, I remember him making one. Mm-hmm. I think it was because of the time I was doing his interview at the time or whatever, but I remember him making one specifically. And
hilarious.
He said, you didn't have to do it there or something to that effect. I don't know. Hilarious. Is that something that you responded to?
Absolutely, I responded to. I think it's hilarious because we are not the first and only group of people to block traffic. Mm-hmm. I mean, even weeks prior to that, some people had shut down a street in Sarasota where it was in the newspaper. Mm-hmm. Because of whatever personal qualms he has about me, that's what incited him to go ahead and be so specific about that one protest and to try to attack the people that protested, not only me, but the people that protested, and prompt this online feud. I think it's disgusting, but I also think it's hilarious. Some people just don't know how to separate business and personal.
You guys don't have any bad blood right now, do you?
You're funny. Devil's advocate. No, it's not even that we have any bad blood, but I don't need to speak on the character flaws somebody has. He has a reputation of his own. It speaks for itself.
Wow.
I actually had somebody from this community threaten to, specifically the UTC Protest, from that post that Charles put up, wrote on there, had they been there being blocked, that they would have ran those people over. Now, I know this person, and I happen to work with this person sometimes at the hall when I do bottle service. When I confronted them on this post, so I was at that protest, are you telling me that you would have ran me over? Then they said they didn't want to talk about it anymore. Then they tried to talk to me. Don't talk to me. Because you threatened to run me over on top of running over the people that were supporting me in a movement that I felt was absolutely necessary.
Right.
But then when you find out it was me, and because you know me, now all of a sudden you want to talk about it anymore.
Damn.
Funny.
Wow.
Funny. Whatever. They wouldn't have ran over any fucking body anyways. I already know that. People say a lot of things that they are not going to do.
Really
I've incurred that my entire life.
Nobody cussed you out?
No, actually.
Nobody called you a nigger?
No, nobody
No
did.
niggers?
Nobody did that. Actually, we were really surprised though, because we thought that when we went out there to the UTC Mall that we would receive some sort of resistance from the people there, but we did not. And the police didn't even come, but we later found out it was because the traffic was blocked so far back that they could not even get through.
Yeah, right. Now, what on what planet can the police not get through traffic with their
Because,
sirens and their lights on?
Listen,
People
there's only one light into the UTC mall. And people coming off of 75 and people coming off of University have to turn into these same two lanes to turn into the mall, and we block the 2 lanes that go straight. Now, when you block that, it's not very far off from University. And this is a lot of traffic. Now, this is the weekend before school started back, and it's tax-free weekend. So it's a lot of traffic, and I mean, the traffic was backed we, after the protest, had to wait like 30 minutes to get out for traffic to be relieved. Yeah.
Y'all blocking shit all the way back to 75.
Yeah. That day we did.
But y'all, you send a message though, right?
Absolutely.
In the subject of religion, where are you? Someone asked, are you religious? Or what? What do you say? What do you say?
I'm not religious.
You're not religious. You just.
I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
So, do you believe that there is a God?
Depending on what your perspective is on a quote unquote God. Are we talking about a supreme being? Are we talking about,
We're talking about a divine entity that is the reason why you and I are breathing, is the reason why you got mountains, you got different climates in different areas.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. In what instance would you say no?
As far as Western civilization, Catholicism, Christianity, Lutheran, Baptist, non-denominational, their idea of a God is what's the word? Their idea of a God is ironic. It's a contradiction to its own self. Their own God would be considered a hypocrite if they went by the Bible that they claim they live their lives from, or they would be hypocrites.
And why do you say that?
Because most people don't even read that Bible.
Do you think that they don't read it or they don't understand it?
They don't read it.
They don't read it.
They don't read it. We live in a day and age where I would say, and I don't even know the specific numbers, but I'm pretty sure 80 to 90% of our community is literate. They can read and they can write.
Right.
Okay? They have the basic notions on how to go and research stuff, because they can research song lyrics, they can research specific type of genes, down to the serial number. I don't think these people are illiterate enough to not read the Bible. Are there things in there that maybe if you're not, privy to that type of language, if you're not an avid reader, you don't read a lot, maybe you just aren't exposed to that type of language, maybe you'll be confused, but basic notions that are in that book are very easy for people to conceive, I would say. One of them specifically being not to eat pork. That's pretty basic. There's God or the Bible or whomever in different chapters and different books of the Bible. They don't get all crazy with explaining about not how to eat pork. It's pretty basic. Don't eat pork.
Right.
You don't need to be a rocket scientist to read that.
Right.
So, I don't think the problem is that they don't understand it. The problem is that they don't read it. And then they rely on somebody else to give them all the information and to lead them, when most of the time they're leading them astray.
So would you say that there are pastors from these different religions, say Christianity, that lead their congregation astray?
Absolutely.
In your community?
Absolutely.
As far as Manatee County, Bradenton, Florida?
You're going to be real specific about this area, don't you?
Yeah.
Listen, it applies to everybody underneath the umbrella.
Okay.
That's just how it is. And I'm not trying to generalize, because I don't like generalizing. But when you base your entire life off of this one belief system in this one book, and you have to abide by these specific rules that are in them, that's what religion is. And so everybody that is practicing underneath this umbrella of Christianity is involved in these type of things.
The story of Jesus is the story of, is it Horus?
No, the story of Jesus is supposed to correlate with the story of Horus, which is the son of Isis and Osiris.
Right.
And that whole story, I mean, okay. This story is supposed to derive from the story of Osiris and Isis, who were supposed to be like the Virgin Mary and John.
Mm-hmm.
But actually in Kemet, Osiris and Isis played a much bigger role in Kemetic spirituality than Virgin Mary and John the Baptist, not even John, but John played in Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
Really, Virgin Mary and John's roles in Christianity are very minuscule compared to how big Osiris and Isis are, I guess, worshipped or, aspired after in Kemetic spirituality. So, then that translates to who Horus is.
Mm-hmm.
And how powerful he is and what he stands for, royalty, health, all these things. And just different stories. You get lots of different perspectives, because where it doesn't connect back is that all these stories that they have of this so-called Jesus, there are no stories of this of Horus and Kemet. So they just took this one specific incident, this one specific great writing on the wall, and began to perpetuate a whole different genre of religion or spirituality based off of this one story.
Okay, so they got the story, took the part that they wanted, and then made some other things up that they wanted to put in there and say it was true.
Yes.
Got you.
Like they always do.
Yeah, they like to do that. So would you say that the Bible is not a real, that's not a real account of factual events that happen?
Ooh, see, tricky. No. The Bible is derived from greater stories, greater books, greater knowledge, things that come from North Africa, that come from our motherland. These stories were stolen, reinterpreted, and then redistributed to us. They added and took away whatever they wanted to, and by they I mean our European adversaries, them now and their ancestors. And the Bible was pushed on us. That Christianity was nowhere in Africa. That is not original to who we are. And until people start to kind of take a step back from the Bible and look at the greater picture, then they're going to continue to be lost, and we're going to continue to lose as a community.
You mentioned just now, like the stories inside of the Bible have been derived from ancient Egyptian culture. So, but it's been changed a bit. Would you not say that since you are a descendant of an ancient Egyptian culture, that you are only just really getting the same story in the Christian Bible?
No, you can't say that, because right now the Bible has been used as a sedation to the mind of black people. The longest standing structure in the black community is the church. That is not by coincidence. And that's because pastors were the first upper class out of slavery. So the reason why it's hard to explain to the black community that these stories are derived from something much larger and much bigger is because they put all their eggs in a basket with this religion, with this book. And they already pick and choose which concepts they want to follow. So there's already a lot of confusion. I would just be adding more confusion. I have to hit them with the anti. Because until they completely just step away from that book and start to research into some other things, then they can start to make the correlation back to where the Bible gets its stories from.
Mm-hmm.
But right now they have to they have to step back from that book, or else it'll be a lot more confusion.
What do Christians need to understand about why that their book is not factual?
It's not even why. I want to ask them how we managed to get shipped over here by the hundreds of thousands, even by the millions. Half of us died on the way. We were branded like cows. Our men were raped in front of us, castrated. Our women were raped. Our children were raped. They kept us from food. They beat us from speaking our native tongue. We worked day in and day out, got whipped, got beat, but they managed to let us keep our holy original religion that's supposed to be our book of redemption, the same exact book that our European adversary calls upon to justify enslaving us. Mm. Like, how are we supposed to call on the same God?
Right.
And no one can give me the answer to these things. No one can give me the answer to these things.
We didn't have that book when we came over here, I bet you that.
We didn't even have no damn t-shirts.
We ain't having clothes on.
No socks.
Button, we had chains on. We didn't have no damn books though.
But they don't want to hear that. And as soon as you even ask that question, they want to shut you off. They get defensive. They want to scream, oh, you need Jesus. Oh, you need Jesus. And I'm like, really? That's the last thing that I need. That's the last thing that I need. Because that's what has you in the predicament that you're in now.
So if a person is in trouble, they don't need to call on Jesus?
No, they do not need to call on Jesus.
Never?
Never.
Why not?
Because Jesus did not save my mother. He did not save my grandmother. He did not save my great-grandmother. He did not save my great-great-grandmother. God bless her soul. Or my great-great-great-grandmother, God bless her soul. We've been waiting around for hundreds of years for this Messiah to come and rescue us. Like, damn, God, like, does God really dislike us that much? That we have to continue to go through these generational torments? That we have to continue just to wait? You're not ready yet?
When will I be ready, huh?
When are we going to be saved? Or when are we going to take control of our realities and make things happen for ourselves? And it's fine to believe in a higher being and to be aspirational towards that and have all these great morals and values and commandments about how you shouldn't steal or kill or hurt other people. All that stuff is great, but when it begins to be used to sedate the mind, and when it begins to be used to hold people back and hold people down, which is what is happening in the black community, that's where the problem lies at. And these people are not even following the same book that they read from. They shouldn't be celebrating Christmas on today.
Christmas.
They shouldn't be. And aside from the paganism of it,